your brand champion right now?
You know it.
You lost. You think you should be the XWA heavyweight champion right now? You lost. How many times are you going to lose and then do whatever it is that you do to earn more title matches, only to lose again?
There's a lot of validity to these statements, folks.
Not this month, scumbag. This is my month.
Is this your month or is it your year? Because if it's your year, oh, holy hell, yeah, it's his year. Let's celebrate. Round of applause. He's never heard that before. A round of applause. Not only can you not read, you can't speak, and you can't win championships.
Tripalicious has come up empty several times in the past, in the recent past.
That's all talk, JT. Just make it happen. Right here, right now. You're supposed to be pro wrestling savior. You're supposed to be the best in New England. And he is. Show me right here, right now. No one asks your goddamn opinion.
Okay, we don't need to focus on her. She doesn't have a championship. I do. You want to be a champion that bad? Yeah. Well, let me just explain something to you. You're out here real lonely. You had a posse before, and at first they believed in you. Then they stopped showing up because they don't believe in you. You don't produce results. Are you on the wall of champions? No. You've been here just as long as I have, and you ain't done shit, Trips.
Oh, words that sting.
But listen, I got respect for where I came from, and there was nobody who paid attention to me, and it was Trigga the OG who taught me the ropes, and I'll never forget that.
Yeah, big mistake.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna cash in that favor right now. That way you can never use it again. You want a championship match? That's fine. You need to earn it just like everybody else. You lost twice in this ring in one day. That's embarrassing. That's real sad. But here I am, looking out for you, giving you another opportunity. So next week at TNT, if you beat me, then that's it, man. You get your title match. We can have it in whatever match you want to have on the 24th. You get to pick the championship match. It could be a cage, it could be a ladder, it could be a piranha death match. I don't care what it is, man. I don't fear you. I'm not afraid of losing to you. Why? Because that just doesn't happen. So next week, I'm gonna whoop your ass again.
The current champion making himself very clear.
Okay, I'll take you on next week. If you need a little bit of time to prepare yourself for the OG, I totally understand. I mean, you're only the best in New England. You're only pro wrestling savior. You're only the XWA heavyweight champion. You're only a fighting champion. But then again, you are only a man. And we all have our faults.
Tripalicious.
You know what? I'm feeling real generous. I'm about to give you the opportunity of your year. Get your ass back in this ring. Let's fight tonight.
Wait a minute. JT Dunn says he's going to go one-on-one with Tripalicious. Some tough talk exchange between these guys. Tripalicious looking to earn himself a championship opportunity. Contest officially underway here at the event center. JT Dunn squaring off with Trigga, the OG. Backs the current champion into the ropes, launches him off. On the receiving end of a shoulder block, JT runs over the drop down. A redirection attempt by JT Dunn lands him with another shoulder block. Big leapfrog.
Ooh, Tigre roll by Triplicious.
The agility of these two is magnificent. O'Connor roll. Ooh. Very close. That could have changed the landscape, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I would say these two men know each other like the back of their hands, but I think it's even closer than that. These guys know each other like the tip of their nose. Kicks out. JT with a drop kick. Triplicious rolls out of the ring. Calling for a timeout. Is this Triplicious starting to get stuck in his own head? Giving JT a little taste of his own medicine with the elbow. Big chop.
The current champion going strike for strike with Triplicious. That is his preferred method of offense. But Dunn is a very well-rounded athlete. One of the testaments as to how he became the current two-time XWA champion. But Trigga, the OG, has found a vulnerability and is exploiting it.
And being a veteran at wrestling, he's great at finding those weaknesses in his opponents. He's great at picking them apart. He looks for the opening no one else would think of. That move right there, he countered the kick by JT. Snapped the back of his knee right against his shoulder, and JT is just lying on the edge of the ring.
Referee Tony P looking to get a good handle on the situation. JT Dunn looks to be all right enough to continue. Tony P is going to let this fly. And there's no question in my mind, I don't think this should be in yours, John, or anyone else's, as to what the mode of attack is going to be by Triplicious in this matchup.
Continue to work that knee of JT Dunn. You know, JT Dunn can't fire that elbow off if he's got one leg, so that could be a huge disadvantage. Never mind, it's your leg.
You know, it's a very, very solid point you make, John. A lot of people would expect someone to try to take out the arm or the shoulder, the elbow of JT Dunn.
Exactly.
But you're right, man. If you don't have the right amount of balance and stature, how are you going to throw that elbow? Very keen observation, my friend.
And that's what I was mentioning before about Triplicious. Like you said, not many men would go after the leg. They target the elbow. They target that easy spot. You know, they go for the big bullseye, whereas Triplicious is thinking about the small stuff. Again, work with the leg, I'm going to guess. Pulls him into that post, ties up the leg. Again, working that knee, putting pressure on the leg sideways like that, using his other leg as leverage is very painful move. JT grabbing onto the turnbuckle, trying to hold himself up.
Not exactly sure what's taking place. It's out of a vantage point. It looks like there's a figure four leg lock staged in around the ring post. Tony P manages to get Triplicious to break the hold, but JT Dunn is in a world of hurt right now.
You know, he's really grabbing that leg, and if he tore one of those tendons or sprained one of those tendons, it's going to be almost impossible for him to finish this match. Can't even put any pressure on it at the moment. Trips just takes him out again.
Deep hook of that leg. Just a one count, says Tony P.
And this could be bad intentions from Triplicious. You know, even if he doesn't win this match, is he trying to hurt JT Dunn? If JT Dunn drops the title because he can't compete, that leaves a huge opening for Triplicious. He could, when you've got no contenders, he can come right in there and take that belt. I mean, he's one of the most experienced men on this roster, and one of the few who can go toe-to-toe with JT Dunn here in the XWA Event Center.
Dunn has fought his way out of many precarious situations in the past. Tonight, in my opinion, is going to be no different. I'm not going to say who is going to win this match, who my prediction is going to be. But if I know JT Dunn, he will fight tooth and nail. Cover.
Kick out of this.
More pressure right from the wrist, and look at how Trigga the OG laying over the right shoulder, making it very difficult for Dunn to kick out. We already know that the damage has been done to the left knee.
Exactly, and you can't put the momentum on your legs to pull your body forward at that point. If you can't use your knee, you're going to damage it further. So JT has to roll to his side to try. So he's in a very precarious position.
Trigga the OG now sizing up Dunn, evaluating the current status of his adversary. He is limping, he's hobbling, he can barely make it to his feet, let alone stay on them.
And he's using the ropes, not to mention he cannot get up on his feet.
Dunn trying to create some distance, buy himself some time. Big slap across the mug. Dunn struggling to stay upright. Ooh, big kick to the midsection. Trigga the OG now locks him in. Hold on. Wheelbarrow attempt. Turns into a face buster. Cover.
JT barely making it out. You've noticed JT has had to change his whole defensive strategy now. His leg is gone. Narrows down his moveset. He's trying to protect himself, and he's trying to fight back. It's hard too. When you're in there, you got to think on the spot. You're in a fight, and especially with someone like Tripalicious who's going to exploit every weakness you have. You've really got to put your brain to work beside your body. JT's managing to get himself up on his foot.
Dunn now manages to shove that right leg square into the mug of Tripalicious. But boy, is he feeling the effects now. Trigga's offense has done nothing but escalate this entire matchup. A beautiful German suplex just now thrown with a bridging pin. You can see the frustration on Trigga's face because he's practically thrown the gauntlet at JT.
Exactly. I just noticed that he's worked him from the ground up. He's worked the legs, he's worked the body, he's worked the arms. He's dropped him on the back of his neck. JT is going to be in an immense amount of pain right now. Tripalicious doesn't feel any remorse. You know, he could be putting an end to a man's career tonight.
And he doesn't care. That's not his concern whatsoever. His concern is to capitalize. Again. Dunn now felt the footsteps.
Dunn figuring out a way to use his elbow.
Ooh, telegraphs that back body drop attempt. Throws a big fat lariato and turns Trigga inside out. The elbow pad has come off, John Roy.
He's getting it. Oh,
Death by elbow attempt thwarted by a mean right hand.
I was wrong. He just spun across the ring on one foot. And that is the excellent athleticism of JT Dunn going for the cutter.
That El Dirte hits its mark. He doesn't have enough pressure on Tripalicious to lock in that 3 count. Trigga gets his shoulder up just in the nick of time.
Still favoring the knee. JT getting clearly bothered by the fact that Tripalicious is still fighting back. Wrist tape is off. This is when JT takes it to that second level. It becomes more than a fight. It becomes combat.
Battle of the Giants here. DBE hits its mark. Dunn now He's locked in the submission.
And he's still working.
He's not tapping out. He's beating up that knee of Dunn, who just let go of the hold.
Tony P now trying to gather to see just how much gas JT Dunn has in the tank. Dunn is refusing to throw this match out, which shouldn't surprise either one of us.
Yeah, no, JT Dunn is a never say die fighter. And the fact that he's still going on what could be a possibly torn MCL meniscus, and it's just been being hammered away at this whole match. For him to continue on that, it shows you how much heart JT Dunn actually has and how much respect he has for the title he holds. Fight to the death just to prove a point, especially with someone like Tripalicious with their storied rivalry.
I'm not so certain this rivalry between these two will ever end. It's going on for many years, even before the XWA moved to this very building. You know, at defunct promotions like PWF and many others throughout the south coast of New England. These two have gone to war several times. There is no love lost between either one. And Tripalicious must be seething at the fact that someone who came into the industry, came into the sport after he did, has achieved more in the area, at least in the championship divisions.
That is true, and that could be why Tripalicious could be trying to take him out right now. He's sick of it. He's sick of the arrogance, so to speak. He's just fed up, and Tripalicious wants his chance at whatever cost necessary, apparently.
That single leg crab doesn't make Dunn submit, and you can see just that contempt, that anger, the hatred even at Tripalicious. Oh!
Big elbow from JT.
And Dunn is fighting through every
Clubbing
bit
him
of
in
the pain.
face.
Tripalicious now drops the gavel.
Goes for the pin.
Cover.
2. And JT, there's that never say die attitude coming back again out of JT Dunn, kicking out. But only 2. Tony P cannot believe it was even possible by the look on his face. Tripalicious doing what Tripalicious does, and he's going to the top rope. Wants to put an end to this right now. Going for the leg drop, but misses.
Misses big. Can Dunn capitalize yet again? He's got him in the center of the ring. Tripalicious counters into a pinning formation. What ring awareness. Dunn doesn't block the O'Connor roll. Handful of tights.
Full of tights. Didn't even work to his advantage. JT Dunn making Tripalicious tap out.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this matchup, the JT Dunn.
JT Dunn victorious.